Well, we've got an interesting day ahead of us. I've rented a dump truck, 2-ton dump truck for a couple of days, and I've got, the plan is to remove just a whole bunch of logging rubbish. This is the stuff that is no good for firewood. It is root balls, it is those horrible vines, a whole bunch of sticks, and a lot of little shrubbery. So I actually posted on social media a comment about this, and I got a lot of really interesting feedback. You know, people are telling me, why are you throwing it away? You know, I'm going to go into that through the video a little bit more. But, you know, there were suggestions about, well, why don't you just hire some kids to cut it up? And, you know, why don't you burn it? Stuff like that, which are all, you know, things that I've thought about myself and you know, really good suggestions. So thanks everybody on social media for getting into the conversation. I did enjoy it. But, you know, this stuff is just taking up too much space, and I just don't have room for it. What I do have room for is the firewood, and it's piling up here too, but it's in a place that isn't interfering with me. So I've got to just, you know, power through this and load up 2 truckloads, hopefully, of rubbish. So join me, and I'll make some comments through the video, and let's see what happens.
For regular viewers, you'll know that I've been logging this patch for about 8 or 9 months now, and just clearing a lot of the shrubbery, making paths, making walkways, etc. You know, you'll see, of course, you can see in the video that it's all piled up around me. You know, that's one of the downsides of working in such a closed, jungly environment, is there's no space for anything. All of the level spaces, which are spaces where I could, you know, put something for the time being, you see are spaces that I made and that I'm using to drive on or walk on. So it's really difficult finding space to put things. And this is not a new phenomenon. Anybody who's been involved in any kind of building knows that managing your materials is one of the logistical issues. And you know, my day job is operations and partly logistics, so I understand the drill. But still, I get caught up in this messiness of the site. And these cuttings have been following me for way too long, and just bothering me. Plus, on the side of this one particular long 30-meter path, I have to put a retaining wall in there because this eventually has to become a paved road, is what I'm thinking now. So I've got to get this stuff out of here. And that's what the challenge is ahead of me for these 2 days, is to try and load as much of this garbage as I can. I mentioned earlier that some social media friends had given me some ideas and options. I'm choosing one of them, which is throwing it away, and also anything that was firewood worthy, I've stacked as you've seen just a few minutes ago. So the other 2 options that were given to me were very interesting, and I had also thought of them, but ultimately couldn't do them. Chipping and burning. Burning I couldn't do because it's dangerous. There's risk of forest fire. Everything's so closed in here, it's almost impossible. And chipping, I just got no room for chips. So I got to, you know, I actually would like chips, but not now. A year from now, I will need them for landscaping and such. But until then, if I have a pile of chips somewhere on my land, it's just that actually it would be worse than just having this rubbish on the land. So couldn't do it. People on social media have also asked about the cost. People wonder. A lot of my viewers are in Japan, and they wonder about the costs of doing it yourself. A lot of people are overseas, and they wonder how costs compare here in Japan. So I'm just going to give you a quick breakdown on the costs. The Yumbo, as you all know, I hope by now, is mine. So there's no cost to using that. The dump truck, it's a 2-ton dump truck, which means it holds a capacity of 2 tons, and it's about $100 a day to rent, 100 US dollars a day to rent, or 10,000 yen per day. And then the garbage fees, this disposal company that I take it to is a construction waste company on the edge of my little town, and everything comes in, goes on the weigh scale, and then you pay by weight depending on what the product is. So for wood, I don't know what the per kilo, I haven't figured out the per kilo price, but I took in 2 truckloads. Each truckload was about 500 kilograms. So 1,000 kilograms, or almost 1 ton of forest waste, logging detritus. And each truckload was about $140, I'd say. So 1 ton, $280, plus $200 for the truck itself. So $480 to throw away a ton of yard waste. And if I do a quick calculation on that, that's 2,000 pounds, $480 divided by 2,000 pounds is 24 cents per pound. So that's about it. That sounds pretty high now that I think about it. But I had no other options. So, well, I mean, the options that I did have, I chose not to use.
Okay, well, it's been a long, hot couple of days. I rented my dump truck for 2 days, got the Yumba out again. It's been almost a month since I've had it out because of the August heat. Just haven't been able to do anything. But over the last 2 days, I got 2 large piles of logging debris out of the way. And that's good progress. I've got a little cleanup here to do on the driveway. A boulder came down, so I'll put that away, and I've got a couple of logs up at the top that I've got to reorient. And then tarp up everything, return the truck, and I'm done. It's a long weekend. Actually, it's a long weekend for me. I took Friday and Monday off just because I didn't get any other summer holidays. And I've still got Sunday and Monday to fill up, so I'm looking forward to it. More on the other side. In coming videos, I've got some interesting discussions about the design of the house, which is actually, those conversations are actually taking place right now. So let me share that with you in the coming days. Done. Thanks for hanging around.